you know, I'm feeling, I'm pretty buoyed. I mean, we had just came from a great event. You know, this was not a place that the NDP historically thought of as a stronghold, but we've got, you know, obviously a great MLA here, and the support for our party has grown by a number of different metrics over the last 4 years, and I'm very excited that a lot of the folks here who are concerned about the environment, concerned about the arts, concerned about diversification, concerned about childcare, because there's actually a lot of young families here, see our government as being one that's going to address their issues. To be clear, there's no way to do it the way Mr. Kenney is promising. But I mean, there's obviously critical things that we can do, and obviously we know that the international price of oil has a gargantuan impact, and we know that we can't do much to control that. Although we were surprised at how much our curtailment popped up the price of Western Canadian Select. Although of course that was in conjunction with having to reduce production, so not really a good thing. So we know that that's an issue, but there are still things that a government can do. Obviously, you know, getting the pipeline built is huge. Ensuring that we have a stable, predictable regulatory regime so that investment, international investment, is still attracted is very, very important. Having overall market access is very important in terms of attracting investment, and then outside of the energy industry, there's also just the matter of diversifying the economy and what we can do to provide incentives for other parts of the economy to grow and start creating jobs. So government has a role to play, but it's one player in a multifactorial formula for sure. Yeah, no, I mean, I'm very pleased that we were able to make progress on this. I mean, it's ridiculous. I mean, historically, Alberta has done wheat and barley, and it didn't make sense that we weren't the best beer makers in the country. And we were tying our hands with respect to that. So I'm really pleased that we've been able to support such a renaissance in our small brewer industry, and in other, you know, also the distillers now, that's coming along as well. And I think it's quite interesting, you know. I mean, I've just been traveling from small town to small town throughout Alberta, and you know, and I grew up in a small town, but you can't go to a small town now without a really cool, funky small brewer and all these people hanging out there, and this whole new sort of sense of community and connection there. It's quite neat. So yeah, I'm glad. Is hard to say, you know. I mean, I think it's just meeting Albertans and having a chance to talk to them and hearing from people that maybe I haven't had a chance to meet before about how what we've done has impacted them. There's been a lot of people that have just come up and sort of grabbed my hands and said, this is what this meant for my sister, or this is what this meant for my grandparents, or this is what it means for my family, and it's actually really rewarding to see the number of people who have a genuine story to tell about us having made their life better. I mean, we've been talking about we want to make life better for Albertans as one of our sort of overarching themes as a government since very early on, but it's really nice when you actually can run into people who can tell those stories. What would be the least fun? The lack of sleep, I guess, and being told that I don't get to do my morning run, which happens a couple times a week. And yes, I'm totally looking at Cheryl. Yeah.